Who's there?
Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
Eat.
You come most carefully upon your hour.
It's now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold. And I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
I'll get thee to bed then. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
Stand ho. Who's there?
Friends to this ground.
And liegeman of the Dane.
Give you good night.
Farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernardo hath my place. Give you good night.
Hola, Bernardo.
Say, what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us.
Tush, tush. 'Twill not appear.
Sit down a while and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we 2 nights have seen.
Well, sit we down.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward of the pole had made his journey to illumine that part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating 1.
Peace, break thee off.
Look!
Where it comes again.
Same figure like the king that's dead!
Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio.
Looks it not like the king? Mock it, Horatio!
Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night? Together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak.
It is offended.
See? It stalks away.
Stay, speak! Speak, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone, and will not answer.
Oh, now, Horatio, you tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on it?
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself.
Thus twice before and jump at this dead hour, with martial stalk had he gone by our watch.
In what particular thought to work, I know not. But in the gross and scope of mine own opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
Good now. Tell me, he that knows, why this same strict and most observant watch so nightly toils the subject of this land, and why such daily cast of brazen cannon and foreign mart for implements of war. Who is that can inform me?
That can I. At least the whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras of Norway dared to the combat, in which our valiant king did slay this Fortinbras, who by a sealed contract did forfeit with his life all those his lands which he stood seized of to the conqueror. Now, sir, young Fortinbras, of unimproved metal, hot and full, seeks to recover of us by strong hand in terms compulsatory those foresaid lands so by his father lost. And this I take it is the main motive of our preparations.
I think it be no other but e'en so. Well may it sort that this portentous figure comes armored through our watch, so like the king that was and is the question of these wars.
A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mightiest Julius fell, the graves stood tenantless, and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets. But soft, behold! Lo, where it comes again! Across it, though it blast me. Stay, illusion. If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid, oh, speak. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Let's strike at it.
Just do if it will not stand. 'Tis here. 'Tis here.
'Tis here! 'Tis gone.
It was about to speak when the cock crew. And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons.
Faded on the crowing of the cock.
Break we our watch up. And by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befits to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, have we, as 'twere, with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all our thanks. Now follows that you know, young Fortinbras, holding a weak supposal of our worth, or thinking by our late dear brother's death, our state to be disjoint and out of frame, he hath not failed to pester us with message, importing the surrender of those lands lost by his father with all bands of law to our most valiant brother. So much for him. Now for ourself and for this time of meeting, thus much the business is. We have here writ to Norway, uncle of young Fortinbras, who, impotent and bedrid, scarcely hears of this his nephew's purpose, to suppress his further gait herein. And we here dispatch you, good Voltman, for bearer of this greeting to old Norway, giving to you no further personal power to business with the king more than the scope of these dilated articles allow. Farewell, and let your haste commend your duty.
In that and all things, I will show my duty.
We doubted nothing. Heartily farewell. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose your voice. The head is not more native to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth than is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence though willingly I came to show my duty in your coronation, yet now I must confess that duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again toward France, and bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laborsome petition. And at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. but now our cousin Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin, and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lid seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath, no, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected haviour of the visage, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passes show, these but the trappings and the suits of war.